Should you need a government permission slip before you can earn an honest living? It's called occupational licensing, and a new national report released by the Institute for Justice shows just how widespread and costly it has become. In the 1950s, only 1 in 20 workers needed a government license to work. Today, it's 1 in 3. To get a license to work, the government forces you to clear one hurdle after another: education or training, passing tests, paying fees, and more. Too often, these hurdles take time and money to jump. They make it harder and harder for people to find jobs and to build new businesses that create jobs. How much harder? To find out, we examined licensing laws for 102 occupations in all 50 states and the District of Columbia. We looked only at low and moderate income jobs like interior designers, massage therapists, and shampooers, not doctors or lawyers. On average, these licenses require you to pay $209, pass an exam, and complete more than 275 days, or about 9 months of training and experience. 1/3 of these licenses take 1, 2, or even as many as 6 full years to earn. That's a lot of time and effort spent getting permission to work instead of working. And we haven't even talked about costs, like tuition for required schooling. Which states are the worst for licensing? Louisiana licenses the most lower income occupations at 71. Hawaii has the highest hurdles. And the very worst states for would-be workers have a lot of licenses and high hurdles. Arizona leads that list, followed by California, Oregon, Nevada, Arkansas, Hawaii, Florida, and Louisiana. In those 8 states, it takes an average of 1.5 years of training, an exam, and more than $300 in fees to get a license. Unfortunately, research provides little evidence that government licensing like this makes the goods and services you buy any safer or better. Instead, it raises costs for consumers and reduces opportunities for workers. We found at least 4 other reasons to doubt that many of these hurdles are necessary. First, some licenses simply don't make sense. Should you really need a license to shampoo hair, be an interior designer, or work as a funeral attendant? Second, the vast majority of jobs we studied are done in one state or another without licensing. Shampooers are licensed in only 5 states, interior designers in only 3 states and DC, and funeral attendants in a mere 9 states. The question is, what's happening in states not licensing these jobs? It's hard to believe there is a dangerous epidemic of shampooing in 46 states. Licenses like these should probably be scrapped. Third, licensing requirements are often wildly inconsistent from one state to another. Take manicurists. 10 states require at least 4 months of training, but Iowa requires only 9 days. Alaska, just 3. Do manicurists in, say, Alabama and Oregon really need so much more training? Lowering hurdles like these would make it easier for more people to find work and create jobs for others. Fourth, the difficulty of jumping licensing hurdles often has little to do with the safety risk of the job. The hardest occupation to enter in our study is interior designer. It takes 6 years of education and training, plus an exam and fees, all for a harmless occupation that is practiced safely in 47 states without licensing. Compare that to emergency medical technicians, who quite literally hold lives in their hands. Yet, 66 other occupations have heavier licensure burdens than EMTs, including landscape workers, manicurists, and a host of contractor designations. The average EMT spends about a month in training and takes 2 exams. The average cosmetologist spends about a year, more than 10 times the training of an EMT. This doesn't mean that EMTs should face higher hurdles. Other occupations should face lower hurdles, or none at all. Licensing may have little to do with protecting public health and safety, but it does protect those who already have licenses from competition. Raising barriers keeps new competitors out and prices high. If state lawmakers want to help more people find jobs, they should start by clearing away licensing barriers that do little more than protect some people from competition by keeping others out of work. Discover more at ij.org/license to work.